Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare
ऋषीणां स्वपुरीं वीक्ष्य
ऋषीणां सपदं
प्रतिकूलमनादृतान्
प्रतिकूलाननादृतान्
तान् पौत्रानुगामात्यान्
पुत्रान् पौत्रानुगामात्
जायां च गतसौहृदाम्
जायां जगत सौहृदम्
ऋषीणां स्वपुरीं वीक्ष्य
So let us continue. Vishinam scattered. Swapurim, his own town. Viksha, seeing. Pratikulan, opposing elements. Anadritan, being disrespectful. Putran, sons. Pautra, grandsons. Anunga, servants. Amatyan, ministers. Jayam, wife. Cha, and Gata Sauhridan, indifferent. King Puranjana then saw that everything in his town was scattered and that his sons, grandsons, servants, and the ministers are all gradually opposing him. He also noted that his wife was becoming cold and indifferent. Yes, Padre.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Sri Vandre Sesi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. When one becomes an invalid, his senses and organs are weakened. In other words, they are no longer under one's control. The senses and sense objects then begin to oppose him. When a person is in a distressed condition, even his family members, his sons, grandsons, and wife become disrespectful. They no longer are under the command of the master of the house. Just as we wish to use our senses for sense gratification, the senses also require strength from the body in reciprocation. A man keeps a family for enjoyment, and similarly, family members demand enjoyment from the head of the family. When they do not receive sufficient money from him, they grow disinterested and ignore his commands or desires. This is all due to one's being a kripana, miser. The word Kripana, used in the 6th verse, is in opposition to the word Brahmana. In the human form of life, one should become a Brahmana, which means that one should understand the constitutional position of the absolute truth, Brahman, and then engage in his service as a Vaishnava. We get this facility in the human form of life, but if we do not properly utilize this opportunity, we become a Kripana, miser. A miser is one who gets money but does not spend it properly. This human form of life is especially meant for understanding Brahman, for becoming a Brahmana, and if we do not utilize it properly, we remain a Kripana. We can actually see that when one has money but does not spend it, he remains a miser and is never happy. Similarly, when one's intelligence is spoiled due to sense gratification, he remains a miser throughout his life. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalankaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhamma Pranam.
Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna
Dhamma
Prabhuji,
Pranam.
Dhamma Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam.
Vishinam Sapurim Vikshya
Vishinam Sapurin Viksha
Pratikula Manadritan
Pratikula Manaditam
Putran
Pratikulamanadritam
Pautranugam
Putram
Putranu Patranugamatya
Ayam cha gata sauhridam.
Jayam
Jaya
Jagata
King
Sauhid.
Puranjana then saw that everything in his town was scattered and that his sons, grandsons, servants and ministers are all gradually opposing him. He also noted that his wife was becoming cold and indifferent. So very situation of Puranjana is becoming horrible. One side his body is becoming old and so many diseases are appearing. And I think even more painful that is, he is seeing the family members are neglecting him. They are being disrespectful. And that is also causing a lot of pain. See, why does somebody collect a family? For his enjoyment. No? Why does somebody marry a woman? For his enjoyment, correct? Then he takes care of children. Also, I am taking care. That is also enjoyment. And then at the end of life, after serving them whole life, they neglect him when he cannot supply any more resources. Isn't this a nice principle for detachment? Those word is like that. Being disrespectful. How much pain it is when you are somebody is disrespected as parent, when his wife and children neglect him at the most difficult part of his life. Won't this be painful? बहुत दर्द होगा ना, ऐसा कोई करेगा तो? Now you are putting yourself in that position. Think the position of Krishna. He creates his material manifestation. He creates unlimited varieties of arrangement for your survival in this world. He gives you a body also to facilitate your own enjoyment. What the Father does, compared to that, God does much more. Correct? You go to an office, He throws some coins. People work 9 to 5. Full energy से 9 बजे ऑफिस होता है, 8 बजे पहुंच जाते हैं. And when they're getting a job, interviews there, what do they say? I'll work very hard to convince him, please give me. And then, whole life they work. If they like the salary and promotion and everything, they don't leave that company. And what an employer is giving you is peanuts compared to what Krishna is giving us. But then, we have no gratitude for Krishna. We disrespect him. So therefore, the temple worship means we are recognizing as a sadhana the worship to the Lord. We are bowing down. We are bowing down, offering respect to the Lord as a sadhana. There are so many times of the day we have to bow down, we have to offer prayers for glorification of the Lord. We have to sit down now, hear about His glories. Nobody wants to hear. Somebody is talking about us, we can sit for 100 hours. ये हमारे बारे में क्या बहुत अच्छा बोला, खुश हो गए. People like this. But if I tell somebody that you have to hear about the Lord, about 1 minute is difficult. Disrespectful. Because the very reason is we are disrespectful. The convocation ceremony is a joke actually. There are 1,000 people sitting there. Nobody has actually any respect for anybody. But out of custom, 999 will clap when you walk to get your degree. You know you didn't study 1 minute. Somehow you got this degree. But when others are clapping, simply drama. So much we are hungry for our own respect, even that respect is not there, we are enjoying it, correct? Most of the people clap, simply they clap. Similarly, the course ends in our online. And out of etiquette and good culture, people at the end will say, oh, it was very nice, we enjoyed it. Simply they are selling, most of the people. And we are drinking that respect. In Kannada they say, Dhanyavada Guru, Anna? Kuch kaisa hai? Dhanyavada Guru? Dhanyavada Guru? Something like that they say. Abba. For me as temple, as a manager, unable to manage those people, once they hear enough Dhanyavada Guru, they go crazy. We have so many people just running away with their shishyas. Because so much, they can't drink that. They go crazy. Little respect, person goes crazy. Doesn't even reflect, do I have any realizations now? Jump. Like a horse, jump for some time, then the head will cool down. Person will see the reality. Disrespectful. See, you have a time, now let us reflect on ourselves. We have some time, you have half an hour with you. You can read Bhagavad Gita, your Bhagavad Gita is on your table, or in the same mobile, Gita is also there, and news is also there, reels are also there. So when you are not reading Gita and doing all this, aren't you being disrespectful? Correct? Very nicely spoken in the Bhagavatam, when Vidura went to a city. See, I speak class for myself, please don't take it personally. अपने को सुबह थर 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 मारता हूँ, तो आई होप होल डे आई चेंज, बट आई डोंट चेंज. And but I am hoping against hope. Again, next day I scold myself. So please don't take personally, I'm hitting myself. Now when Vidura went and he was talking to Uddhava, he told Uddhava, please teach me about Krishna consciousness. So Bhagavatam records this. So at that time Uddhava says, I'm sorry, I will not instruct you. Because nearby, he's not in the vicinity, few kilometers away. And those days you're only walking, you have to spend maybe half a day walking. But nearby Maitreya is there. You should hear him. Actually, Uddhava is more spiritually advanced than Maitreya. But still, etiquette is etiquette. The Prabhupada uses the word Maryada Vratikrama. He says, you should go to hear Maitreya. No, this will be an offense. Now, same way, we are sitting, we have Bhagavad Gita with us, we have world news with us. What are we reading? World news. Isn't it an offense to Bhagavad Gita? अपराध है नहीं है. Krishna is speaking, Krishna को नहीं सुन रहे हो. है क्या यार, क्रिकेट स्कोर क्या हुआ हो, कौन जीता? Isn't it an offense? In fact, Srila Prabhupada said that. Prabhupada said, I did not write these books to make money. I did not write these books to make money. Correct? Prabhupada said that. But if you are not spending time reading my books, it's an offense. Guru Avagna uses the strong words. It's an offense to the spiritual master. I've written this book so that you read. You don't read my books, it's an offense. But we have no time. Lot of time is there. Everybody has a lot of time. And it is visible in a personality. See, it is said, when somebody speaks nonsense, there is a saying in English, what is he smoking? मतलब कौन सा ड्रग खा रहा था ये क्या बकवास बोल रहा है, होता है ना, क्या पिया है ये, या क्या 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 स्मोक कर रहा था. Somebody speaks nonsense, we say what is he smoking, indicating that he is addicted to some nonsense drugs. Okay, it is spoken for some politicians also when they speak nonsense. What is he smoking? So similarly, when we speak Chitta Pragnasya ka bhasha, it shows what I am associating with, what am I reading. So disrespectful behavior to the Lord comes when we are not associating, when we get an opportunity. We are not doing any association, we are busy in our own world. So there is a very nice instance of somebody who fell down because of disrespect and he arose again because of respect. Anybody knows who is this person? He's a great personality. Because of disrespect he fell down, and because of respect again he became very advanced. Anybody?
Daksha.
Chitraketu.
Daksha.
Narada. Narada was a Gandharva, with a great personality. As a Gandharva, he was very beautiful. And then he was so beautiful that always women were attracted to him. So with this troop of a woman, all lustily looking at each other, he went to one yagna, sankirtana. Hare Krishna, everybody is chanting Hare Krishna mantra there. They are worshipping the Lord. And there he started, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. He started his own kirtana. Something like that. Just like many times people are nowadays playing film tunes during festivals, totally improper, no understanding. I remember we had a month of Kartik long time ago, and the day of Diwali came. So what happened, nearby one important big college is there, very big college near to us. So we had some relationship, I was teaching there. So we arranged with the student council that we will come and do Diwali for you. Okay, so idea was that Kartik Aarti will be sung, all the Sri Radha Govinda ki, all the students will, do Kirtana with us. We spent a lot of money, even though we were not so wealthy at that time. We arranged for, so many lamps. We arranged for some prasadam also. You were not there, no? Big. We thought so all students will be enjoying that. Nama Ishwaram Satchidananda. We were thinking like that. Whole audience will be clapping with us. At least they will join the Hare Krishna Kirtan. And they will get a benefit of worshipping the Lord. And we set up everything. Whole thing arrangement was there. Nobody came in. All were outside waiting to burst crackers. Number one. And some people came in, definitely. Even the student council people, they are more interested to play some bhajans to Lakshmi and Ganesha, on our computer. Just like Narad Muni. It was so irritating, I almost lost my temper. I was extremely angry. What is all this nonsense? Nobody came in. I spent so much money. And those who came in, they want to play some Devi Devata. But that is the idea of Diwali for them, correct? Most of the people do some Ganesh Puja, some Lakshmi Puja, hai na? That's what they were doing. Not they are innocently foolish, because they don't know. That's what they have been taught in the society. Here, an opportunity to worship the Supreme Lord, they are not interested. And all that expenditure, everything went waste. We were so frustrated after coming back. Nobody participated in the Sankirtan. I was so frustrated. So this is what it is actually. So Narad Muni did an offense, something similar to that. He started his Devi Devata Kirtan, where the Lord's Kirtan is going on. Everybody is sitting to worship the Lord. We had in our area only in Mangaluru, we had so many festivals. The local people come, but hardly. Around the place we are living, there are around at least 10,000 people, correct? But we see, hardly they come. But recently there was Chandi Homa, and everybody was there. And isn't this an offense? The Lord is it same? Worshipping the Lord and worshipping one servant of God. How can you put in the same platform? So somebody, Narada, did the same offense, and the Devatas got angry. They cursed him. So because of his disrespectful behavior, he got cursed to become a Shudra. That's why next life he was born as the son of a maidservant. Totally in a helpless position. Imagine being a Gandharva, and that means you are so rich, you are so beautiful, you are so opulent, everything is wonderful, and suddenly you are thrown in a situation being a helpless son of a maidservant. And then, there he took an opportunity, of respecting the Bhakti Vedantas. He was hearing every word they were speaking. He was hearing every word. He says that even though I was a small child, I was not playful. Don't worry, nobody can compare with Narada. We think children are like Narada, they are not like Narada, they are normal children. And he was hearing every word very respectfully. Very respectfully he was hearing every word. And then what happened? He became a devotee unparalleled in the history. Right? He did some small service to them, and he heard them, and by the blessings of, and also he says, I took their uchista, prasadam. Basically, all the activities are nothing but he was respectful to the Vaishnavas. And previous life he was disrespectful. Because of disrespect he lost everything. Because of respect he went ahead more than what he was. It turned it around. He became a Shudra, from there became a devotee, worshipable for even Gandharvas. Even the Gandharvas can't imagine how great Narada is. Everybody pays respects to him. So just imagine, he made his unfortunate position into the most fortunate position. So respect is so important. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what your religion teaches, how one person respects another person. आपके धर्म क्या बताता है एक व्यक्ति दूसरे व्यक्ति को कैसे आदर करने का? Prabhupada said, मेरे को उससे कुछ नहीं लेना. First thing is how somebody is respecting the Supreme Lord. That is most important. Suppose somebody is very polite to everybody. There are many people in that, है ना? But is disrespectful to the Lord. क्या करोगे उसका? बहुत अच्छा आदमी. बहुत लोग बोलते हैं बहुत अच्छा आदमी, वो बहुत अच्छा आदमी. लेकिन कृष्ण का कुछ नहीं करता हो, कोई रेस्पेक्ट ही नहीं है. ना उनका नाम जप करता है, ना मंदिर में जाके उनको बो करता है, ना कभी भगवान को प्रणाम करता है. ना इन नॉर्मल सोसाइटी दैट इज कंसिडर्ड ओके, फाइन, है ना? बट इन स्पिरिचुअल एंगल इट इज यूजलेस. So in the respect to the Lord, we have different platforms. We have Kanishtadhikari, we have Madhyamadhikari, we have Uttamadhikari. Kanishtadhikari, just like in a temple, Kanishtadhikari will bow down to the Lord, have prasadam. In fact, he is interested not even to bow down to the Lord. He wants to eat. But he knows it should not be eaten without offering. So he offers and eat. भगवान से मतलब नहीं है उसको ज़्यादा. एक स्टैम्प लगा के ले आओ, प्रसाद हो गया. Not so interested much. That's why he's Kanishta. And another weakness of Kanishta is that so many devotees are coming, visiting to the temple. He has no compassion for them. He doesn't distribute prasadam to the visitors. He is not interested in that. So many. See, Madhyamadhikari means he develops compassion. He has love for the Lord. He makes friendship with the devotees. He neglects the envious. He has no time for them. And he is compassionate on the innocent people. Correct? Now, if you are a proper devotee and people are coming to the temple, what do you think? What can I give them? Anna? Okay, they got darshan of the Lord. Very nice. See, Madhyamadhikari means start becoming, instead of becoming disrespectful, he becomes compassionate. When we are thinking about sense enjoyment, and that is the mentality, what do you feel? अरे बहुत अच्छा घर बन गया, अच्छा से सो यहाँ, है ना? खाओ पियो सो जाओ, है ना? एक प्लेटफॉर्म, वो कनिष्ठ अधिकारी है, भगवान को नमस्कार करता है, कुछ जब भी कर लेता है, but he is not spiritually evolved. When he is spiritually evolved, he is thinking how I can be compassionate. Instead of disrespectful, he is compassionate. He is thinking, Suhrida, he is thinking about good of everybody. He is saying, this person is so fortunate, he has come to the temple. Now how do I make him more fortunate? Right? Do an arti for him. Oh, he is so happy. Give him some prasadam. Tell him how to chant Hare Krishna. Correct? And the khai, yes, okay. That is Kanishta Adhikari. Madhyamadhikari is not by sentiment, it is visible in his activity. Correct? And when you preach and you are compassionate, the person wants to listen. Correct? If your heart is compassionate, the person wants to listen. Please take, it is good for you. He can feel, actually he is wishing for it. Not that we think we will give big tarka, big argument, and that person will start chanting. Not like that. That is secondary. Anybody can make anybody chant if he is actually compassionate. Please chant, it is good for you. He will chant. Not that I will tell that argument, I will give 11 quotations from Shastra why we should chant Hare Krishna. People don't care for all that. Who respects the Shastra anyway? It will not work. Correct? And I'll scold him, your material life is miserable. Unless you have compassion on anybody, you will not preach. Because Kanishthadhikari, one of the problems, he does not preach. Kanishthadhikari preach karta bhi hai, to it's of no use. He's not effective. And neither he has enthusiasm to preach. Madhyamadhikari is actually a natural preacher. Because he wants to preach. He now becomes evolved. He develops, instead of disrespectful. Yeah, itna kya samajhta hai, itna bada car hai. That's material consciousness. He is on a spiritual platform now. He wants to benefit other people. Correct? Why do you make a temple? Somebody will say, we make temple to worship the Lord. Then you don't have to make such a big temple. Jungle mein jhuggi bana le to puja kar sakte ho Bhagwan ka. Why you have to make such a big temple? Such a big temple is made so that to distribute the mercy of the Lord. It is made because of compassion on the living entities, because only by seeing a big temple they will come. Prabhupada said that. When Prabhupada was making in Mayapur big temple and gave plan for the Bhavya Mandira, which is being constructed, so Prabhupada said, actually I can make a hut here. And actually that hut is still there. And I can sit and chant Hare Krishna, I am happy. As an Acharya, he is totally satisfied. But he made a temple out of compassion. He said, who will come if I do that? Nobody will come. And today you see in Mayapur, the prediction is so true. Now beautiful temple is there, all facilities are there for prasadam, for staying, for programs. I heard in this Kartik, one of my students was there was no place to enter the temple. The thousands of people outside the temple. You cannot enter. He said, I was going to Prabhupada Samadhi in Bhajan Kuti because in the temple you cannot enter. So wasn't this practically true? Isn't it? We also were living in a small house in Mangaluru. Nobody was coming. We used to tell people, ye ghar hai na, ghar to mere paas bhi hai. Nobody was entering. How many years 20 years, with all vigorously going, meeting people, Avana Mandir, nobody came. And now we had Janmashtami this time, we couldn't count. The place was full. Janmashtami ke din, pura din bheed. And how many rice bags we are cooking, correct, no? Previously we also done, we couldn't do anything. Nobody comes. So we are building a temple, not that. Actually, who has such a big hall? किसके घर में इतना बड़ा हॉल भाई? नहीं है. Nobody has, है ना? किसके घर में इतना बड़ा kitchen? But we should not think this is like लोग घर बना रहे हैं, हमने बड़ा घर बना दिया. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए. The underlying philosophy should be karuna. Instead of kripana, develop karuna. So we have karuna, then we make this facility. And it's not easy. We have to work very hard. We have to go meet so many people and so many ways. Somehow people help. And then, so preaching is done by a person who has karuna, compassion. Then he is very effective. Why don't you chant Hare Krishna? Your life will change. My life changed. Person, anybody will chant. Correct? If you ऐसे बोलेंगे तो नहीं मैं एक आर्ग्यूमेंट सिखाया मैं दूसरा आर्ग्यूमेंट सिखाया वो नतमस्तक हो गया. That is not that we don't give arguments, but principal factor is preaches compassion. So more we start preaching Krishna consciousness, our heart will get purified. And then we will come out of the neophyte nature that we are in. You see here that das aparad jo hum bolte hain, they are also being what? Disrespectful. Anna? Anybody can take the link of 10 offenses? What do we say? Just let us see. They are being disrespectful. We can see the 64 offenses of deities, that is also being disrespectful. So focus on not being disrespectful to the Lord. That is our focus. Automatically, your life will become very wonderful. Anybody could locate?
We cannot post the link, Prabhuji.
Oh, ऐसा करा हुआ है क्या आज का?
Prabhuji, in offense towards a Vaishnava, if we insult a Vaishnava, it's like a madhata aparad, something like a mad elephant. Offense to disrespecting a Vaishnava, that is one of the offense. And giving respect to someone else in front of the Prabhu's Arch Vigraha.
Okay, very good. Chalo, this is there. Okay, wait a minute. Let us now meditate on the 10 offenses. Okay? Now you are disrespectful to the devotees who have dedicated their life. Okay? This refers to the great acharyas. See, you offend a Kanishthadikari, it is painful for the Lord, to the holy name. You offend a Madhyamadikari, it is more painful. You offend an Uttamadikari, it is very, very disastrous. Okay? Offense be level mein rehta hai. So the devotees, they're referring to the great acharya, they're absorbed in service to Krishna. We are sadhakas. We are doing sense gratification also, some service also. This first line more can refer to all the three. Particularly be careful not to offend the great acharyas. Okay. To consider the names of the demigods, Lord Shiva to be equal, like I told to the same example. It's disrespectful to the Lord. They are nowhere near the position of the Lord, but that's what the so-called Hindu society is. Disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Acharya is telling so many things you don't want to follow. It's again an offense, disrespectful. To blaspheme the Vedic literature, there are so many instructions given in the Vedic literature, and a Shastra Ninda. This is Guru Ninda, Shastra Ninda, so many Nindas are happening. Even some literatures may not be in the platform of Bhagavata Vidhi. Bhagavata is the highest platform. Just like some people go to worship Devi Devatas, don't offend that. But in front of the Lord, that should not be done. Correct? Okay, done. To consider the glory of the chanting Hare Krishna in imagination, you are disrespecting the holy name and the glories. You are interpreting the holy name of the Lord. You are doing sinful activity in the strength of the holy name. Again, disrespect. Okay. You are thinking this is chanting Hare Krishna is some karma kanda activity. And be careful when you spread the glories of the holy name. If somebody is disrespectful and offense, we should stop. Because the more you speak, more he will laugh. We should be careful not to speak about glories of the Lord or the holy name to people who are offenders. We have to be careful. How much to give? We can tell somebody, chant Hare Krishna, your life will be very nice. Yeah, that much. Start there. Don't tell, once by chanting the name of the Lord, all your papa is nullified. It should be just like when we tell in the Gita Course, we talk about Ajamila's story. So people say, to saste mein nikal gaya, hai na? Itna paap kiya, bibi ko bhi chhod diya road mein, ye wo. Why? Because they don't know the glories of the holy name. So we are careful how much we can develop. We stop. And maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions doesn't matter. Next. We're chanting, you're thinking of something else. Acha, when you're chanting, Krishna is coming, but instead of Krishna, you're looking at something else. मैं आपको बुलाया, आप मेरे को मिलने आए, और आपकी जगह में किसी और को देख रहा है, गुस्सा तो आएगा ना, बुलाए क्यों मेरे को? So that's also chanting time, we should only hear. ये नहीं मोबाइल में रील देख रहे हैं, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण, क्या हुआ? हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण, ये क्या जपा हो रहा है ना? ये जपा भगवान को प्रिय नहीं है. ठीक है, शुद्ध भक्ति नहीं प्राप्त होगी यार. अब satisfied by being a so-called Kanishta chalega, but you want to advance, it's not good. Okay? So we should be inattentive, not be inattentive, and to get Krishna prema, we have to stop these offenses. Okay? So this is a way it is being disrespectful. Okay. Another word which is used in this shloka, Prabhupada says person is disrespectful because he is kripana, because he is a miser. Actually, it's because of sense enjoyment we become disrespectful. Miser means instead of engaging in Krishna's service, he is trying to enjoy the senses. So the same family member, they cannot see whole life this person has helped us, correct? But now they think they are not getting anything, so they become disrespectful. You see small children, how they run to the parents and all. Why? Because parents are maintaining them. In this world, nothing is pure. But the very time the child becomes independent, can maintain himself, he doesn't even talk to the parents. है ना? आजकल यही होता है ना? Why? Disrespectful. Why disrespectful? Because he is focused on his sense enjoyment. The moment we become more interested in sense enjoyment, become kripana. Because in this life he could have served Krishna. And when we are interested in sense enjoyment, we become envious of another person. See, service to Krishna is unlimited. You want to serve Krishna, millions of people you can bring to serve Krishna. Not a problem. Krishna is available for everybody. Krishna will expand for everybody. But sense objects are limited. Like petrol is limited. Whole world is fighting for it. Limited. You are attracted to all the colleges now, so-called co-education. People don't know what to do. Some colleges seeing that most of the time boys are only meditating on girls, girls are only meditating on boys. Study to hota nahi hai. They created even wall in between. क्या try किया है? Doesn't कुछ काम नहीं कर. Why they fight? Hey, उससे बात क्यों कर रहा है? वो मेरा है. Why they are fighting? Sense enjoyment. Disrespectful, है ना? Because because of sense enjoyment, it says you can give up envy if you stop sense enjoyment. If you make a decision, I'll never have sex in my life, you can give up sex desire. ये कर लो डिसीजन, मैं जिंदगी में सेक्स नहीं करेगा, सेक्स डिजायर निकल जाता है. थोड़ा रूम दोगे ना, घुस जाता है. जैसे आपके मैंने बहुत बारी एग्जाम्पल दिया है. आउटसाइड द टेम्पल देयर इज एडवर्टाइजमेंट फॉर सिगरेट. कुछ फायदा है क्या? बिकॉज यू हैव अ डिसीजन, आई विल नॉट स्मोक सिगरेट. So whatever advertisement I do for cigarette, I cannot distract it. है ना? नहीं ना? Because आपके पास क्लियर है मैं सिगरेट कभी नहीं पिएगा. लेकिन एक सुंदर लड़की का फोटो देखते क्यों देखते हैं? बिकॉज अभी भी क्लियर नहीं है मैं सेक्स करेगा या नहीं करेगा. नहीं, शायद मैं शादी करेगा एक दिन, बस हो गया, वो शायद काफी है आपके लिए. माया ऐसा नचाएगा ना आपको. नो मीन्स नो, बस कर दो और शांत रहो जिंदगी. एक बारी नो आपका फर्म नहीं है, माया विल प्ले विद यू. नो मीन्स नो, नो कर दो ना, छुट्टी नहीं करना, इजी नहीं है. वैराग्य विद्या, निवृत्ति मार्ग, प्रवृत्ति मार्ग. प्रवृत्ति मे बी आई कैन एंजॉय बट आई विल गेट मैरिड, आई विल डू गर्भधाना संस्कारा, आई विल फॉलो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन. दैट इज प्रवृत्ति. निवृत्ति मीन्स नो. ये नो बोलना ठीक जगह नो बोलना पड़ता है. नो बोल दो ना, नहीं बोल सकते. यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? सिगरेट पियोगे? नो. आपका कितना भी मैं एडवर्टाइजमेंट कर लूं, करोड़ों का, कोई फायदा नहीं है ना. मैंने आई गिवन दिस एग्जांपल बहुत टाइम है. आप लैपटॉप को ओपन किया, सिगरेट पियो, सिगरेट पियो, कोई फायदा नहीं. बिकॉज आपका डिसीजन है आप सिगरेट नहीं पिएंगे. करेक्ट? दिस विल नॉट वर्क. माया कैन नॉट टच यू बिकॉज आपका क्लियर डिसीजन है सिगरेट नहीं पिएंगे. करेक्ट है ना? मैं कितना भी सिगरेट लेके आप रूम में सोने के लिए आए, चारों तरफ सिगरेट डाल देगा. यार कोई फायदा नहीं. कितना करोड़ों रुपए, हजार करोड़ रुपए खर्च कर देगा, आपको नहीं छू सकता. कह रहे? बट आपका डिसीजन नहीं है आई विल नॉट हैव सेक्स. आपका डिसीजन नहीं है, अभी भी उसमें थोड़ा गैप है. एक छोटा पिक्चर दिखाएगा हम, उसी से मन डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा. मेरे को 1 रुपया काफी है आपको डिस्टर्ब करने के लिए. ठीक? क्यों? बिकॉज आपका नो नहीं है उधर. तो ₹1 का, जरा देख इधर, बस हो गया। वो कुछ पूरा दिन बैठा रहेगा, बिकॉज नो है ही नहीं, नो करो ना, तो you become very. So why we become disrespectful? Because you want to do sense enjoyment. Why you want to do sense enjoyment? Because we can't say no. No बोलो ना एक बारी, ठीक जगह बोलो। अभी बहुत चीजों में नो 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 बोलते रहते हैं, है ना? इधर बोलो ना, हाँ? हो गया। Then you become very. This thing is said by Narada to Vasudeva, and also by Bhishma to Yudhishthira. By decision not to have sex, you can give up sex desire. बस खुशी, उसके बाद खुशी, केवल आनंद कांड। बट हम वो डिसीजन ले ही नहीं पा रहे। थोड़ा हो सकता है तो ठीक है, हो सकता है ठीक है, और उसके लिए क्या क्या नहीं होगा। वो लड़की से बात कर रहा है, वो तो मेरा लड़की है, वो क्यों बात कर रहा है। वह पूरा जिंदगी लड़ो मरो, envious, jealous, because we cannot say no in the right place. But Krishna Seva में unlimited people can worship Krishna. Krishna is available for everybody. Correct? आप एक लड़की के पीछे भाग रहे, वो भी भाग रहा, वो तो एक ही है ना। सब थोड़ी कृष्ण उससे रिलेट कर सकते हैं। बट कृष्णा यू कैन नॉट से उसका जाम नहीं जप करो, मेरा है वो, सब कर सकते हो। कृष्णा इज अवेलेबल फॉर एवरीबडी। सो स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ में एक्चुअली देयर इज नो एनवी। So envy is coming because of material consciousness. The children are meditating on money of the parents. अब वो तो expand होगा नहीं, ये तो उनके पास है, पेरेंट के पास है, उनका meditation हो तो disrespectful dealing शुरू हो गया, है ना? So this is the nature of this world, disrespectful dealing, and the nature of Krishna consciousness is compassion, no disrespect. If we see somebody is weak, we become compassionate. Not disrespectful, है ना? ये दुनिया में क्या होता है? Somebody is weak, we become disrespectful. Like because everybody is fault finder. Moment we find somebody's fault, हो या ना हो, we become ऐसा है ना? But a devotee is always compassionate. When he finds some fault in somebody, prays to the Lord, my Lord, please relieve him from this weakness. Please make him your wonderful devotee. Let him also dance in ecstasy, like Vasudeva Datta, the great example from Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I cannot see people suffering in the world. I request you to take them back to Godhead. I request you to relieve them from the suffering of this world. But if you say that they have done a lot of papa karma, they should be punished. You say that, they have done a lot of papa karma, they should be punished. Then I am ready to take all their papa karma. I am ready to suffer for all of them. You can take back to Godhead. है ना? ये होता है वैष्णव। वैष्णव का डेफिनेशन सुनो, ये होता है वैष्णव। देखो इतना पाप कर रहा है, दैट इज आवर लाइफ। हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट, सफर कर रहा है ना, करेक्ट, बीमार पड़ा, हाँ कर, फिर दारू पी रहा था, पढ़ने का ही। दैट इज नॉट अ वैष्णव, दैट इज कनिष्ठ वैष्णव। भगवान का नाम जब करता है जब, लेकिन इस फीलिंग्स देयर इज नो कंपैशन फॉर एनीबॉडी, कनिष्ठ अधिकारी। बट मध्यम अधिकारी स्टार्ट्स इवॉल्विंग and he develops compassion, and then karunaya, then he actually no disrespect in his life. When he sees the faults of somebody, there is no disrespect, he becomes compassionate, and then people like somebody. Nobody likes somebody who's judgmental, nobody likes him, correct? But what somebody will like was compassion. It's so great. You become mahan, like all the devotees in America particularly you saw. They surrendered the life to Prabhupada. They could see Prabhupada is seeing their faults, Prabhupada is seeing their weakness, but they could also know Prabhupada is very, very compassionate. Correct? वो अपना जिंदगी दे दिया, है ना? Okay, Srila Prabhupada की Shri Radha Govinda की। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji
Krishna
Satyam.
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Krishna
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Hare Rama
Rama
Hare 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 Krishna Rama
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.